So we're building parts and components that go into some pretty important, rockets and missiles and space shuttles and stuff like that, which is amazing in itself. But you don't really get to see how you're impacting somebody's life. And seeing that in dentistry has been a great eye opener, and you feel like you're really making a difference.
Welcome to another episode of the 3 on 6 podcast with Dr. Randy Roberts.
Education, empowerment, starting now.
Welcome to the 3 on 6 podcast with Dr. Randy Roberts. We've got Ben Merlo here, the Chief Operations Officer for InstaRisa, and we're super excited to have you here with us. Thank you for coming to Cabo with us so that you could be here and talk to us about InstaRisa.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Roberts. It's not a bad place to be. So yeah. Great time so far.
So InstaRisa has, I feel like InstaRisa has been such a game changer for dentistry. What brought you into InstaRisa?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've been with InstaRisa now for about 2 years, and what brought me in was actually Dr. Art Morales is a friend of mine. We've been personal friends for about 15 years, known each other through our daughters. Actually, Art was coaching my daughter in soccer, and when they were like 5 years old, so I got to meet him and become friends, and they were neighbors, and our kids went to school together. So it was great, and obviously our faith too was what synced us up. So he's a man of God, and I looked to him as a mentor. He's a few years older than me, so it's one of those things where it's like, he's is able to really affect the way I think in my life, and just be able to be a positive influence for me. And so we've always connected that way. And then a couple years ago, I was working in aerospace and defense, and climbing that corporate ladder. I was a head of finance for a pretty big division in aerospace, and but I felt like something was missing. I felt like something was pulling me, like, hey, you got to do something different, And it so happened I got a call from Art, and he said, hey, I just got a house down in Southern California where I was living, and he goes, hey, why don't you bring your family over for dinner, and we could catch up. And I said, oh, that's awesome. Let's do that. Not even thinking about anything business-wise, just a kind of a casual meet. Haven't seen him in a while, and so he invited us over. He started talking about InstaRisa and what he was doing with it and his business, and we started talking about financial stuff, and I don't know, it was kind of an amazing God thing that occurred where we both kind of looked at each other and were like, yeah, maybe this is something that we can do together, and it would have been awesome, because like I said, Art's always been we've always been connected spiritually. I thought it'd be a great thing to work with them on that. And so, long story short, I guess, here I am 2 years later, and learning dentistry from the ground up. That's what I've been doing. So it's been a great ride, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly in dentistry, but it's been a heck of a journey. So I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Art is definitely an awesome, strong person. I feel like he's a good example to the world as well as to me,
right,
and everybody. So that's cool. So what has been so at InstaRisa as the Chief Operations Officer, your role is mainly what?
So running the business operations right now. So a lot of partnerships that we're working with, especially 3 on 6. So working with you and your team has been amazing too. Like got to go out to see your guys' your office, and your whole practice, your whole setup was amazing. Dealing with different partners has been great, and then also just building teams. So we've hired some pretty awesome people on our team. Very proud of that. So it's just building the teams from the ground up has been great, and and just trying to understand how to get to the business to the next level, right? Which always has been tough. I've had experience that in my career. In the past, but it takes time, and it takes effort, and it takes having the right people on the bus to do it. So that's kind of what my day-to-day is, just connecting the dots a lot of the times, and putting out fires too. So that's the way it works.
Yeah. Well, I just met Art today in person. We've communicated over text message for several years, I think. But you've been the face for him coming to our office and
right,
being the first person I met, and I feel like you did a great job of presenting you guys to us and helping negotiate these deals with us. And so I appreciate your role that you play in InstaRisa, because it is a it is an awesome company that you guys have. And I think you guys are making a big difference in the dental industry and in the world.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference for me going from aerospace into dentistry is being able to really positively change lives a lot more directly. I think in aerospace, a lot of the stuff we were doing with the big defense contractors, and there was a lot of, we were kind of down the supply chain a little bit, so we're building parts and components that go into some pretty important, rockets and missiles and space shuttles and stuff like that, which is amazing in itself. But you don't really get to see how you're impacting somebody's life. And seeing that in dentistry has been a great eye opener, and you feel like you're really making a difference. So that's been pretty awesome to.
Yeah, that's definitely. I don't think that there's. I mean, I can't think of a profession that you can have as big of a direct impact in somebody's life in such a short amount of time as what we do. Taking somebody who is potentially depressed and heartbroken and not able to eat, and it's like it really affects their health, their mental health, their physical health, their emotional health. There's so many different things, aspects of their lives that are broken if their teeth are in pain, or if they're broken and they can't smile and they can't chew and they can't talk. And so being able to restore that for somebody has such a huge impact in their lives. And like, what else can do that in such a short amount of time?
Yeah.
And to be able to just see a broken person become whole over the course of a few months, like, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's an awesome career to be able to create so many best friends. I feel like I've got so many best friends around the world, people that are my cheerleaders because they know that I care about them, and I think that they know that you guys care about them as well. You guys put in a lot of work and effort to change the lives of a lot of people, and working with me and helping us make this process better helps change the lives of thousands of people.
That's amazing.
So I appreciate what you guys do and what you've done to help us to improve our processes.
That's awesome, Randy. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I you said something there too. That's huge. And what I do on a daily basis too is relationships. I've learned how to be more of a relationship person in that sense. Like I love building relationships and maintaining those. And I think the way you do that is just by a casual text or just a call once in a while. Be like, hey, how's it going? How are things moving along? Like, not just in dentistry or your practice or business. It's more of how you really doing. Like
Right.
how are things going? And I find that by doing that, you build these long-lasting relationships too, and you're able to really affect more people that way. Even the doctors, like that I talk to a lot, we just share life together, and
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, yeah, these guys are really my friends. Like I consider them my best friends now. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's I feel like dentistry is definitely a relationship, industry, business, whatever. I mean, but it's more than that. It's just, like I said, a life-changing type of thing. Like not only with the patient, but also with the doctor too. So.
Yeah.
It's been great from that standpoint too. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. Is there anything else you want to say about InstaRisa before we go?
No, I mean, it's just InstaRisa is you find us at www.instarisa.com. Check us out. We're more than just a facial scanner. I know it's been mentioned before, but if you guys wanted to get tied into your ecosystem, go to our website. You can find us on social media. We'd love to talk to you and see how we can help you guys out. So appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
If you're considering restorative dentistry with dental implants, you should know all of your options. Head to 3on6.com and book a free consultation with a 3on6 provider near you. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, share, or leave a review in the comments. Until next time, keep smiling.